All right, how you doing? It's the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince. We are at Hump Day during homecoming week 2018 as we come to you rain, sleet, snow, or shine. Look like we're going to have a little rain on today, but nonetheless, we'll continue on to move forward. Want to remind you that our Twitter handle as well as Instagram and Facebook is at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, and of course, the website is obnradio.com. Now, without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. It was a rough night for the Lady Panthers on last night as they fell short to the St. Thomas Celtics, getting swept 3-0 on the campus at the Rec Center on last night's match between the two. The Celtics improved their record to 20-5 overall, and the Lady Panthers dropped to 5-22 overall. We're able to hear from Coach Tacho Tyler in her post-game interview after last night's performance, and we'll jump right over to that.
I don't think energy's ever been our problem. I think it's consistently offense not showing up for us. So it's never energy, it's never effort, but when you only depended on one person, I think tonight was Victoria and or Kay at times. Everybody else not getting the kills for us. So it's never for lack of energy or effort or trying. It's just offense just can't get it together. It's the same thing I've been telling them all year. You can't be bad at two things. You either put the ball down or you block, but you can't be bad at both. And if you're not going to put a ball down, you have to block. And if you're not going to block, you have to put a ball down. And that's something that we've been preaching all year. But the offense has to decide that they want to, be there for us to execute, because we got good digs. They get the sets, but they're not putting the ball down, and that's the difference between our wins and our losses.
You can obviously hear the frustration out of Coach Tyler's voice, trying to figure out where are the missing links for a team as they continue to try to figure things out. There are, I believe, 4 games remaining in the regular season before they will head to Mississippi at Mississippi Valley for the SWAC volleyball tournament. Right now, the Lady Panthers would qualify in the number 8 slot. So let's hope that they can hold on and continue to try to work this thing out and figure it out. Lady Panthers fall to 5-22 overall as they get ready for the November tournament in Itabena, Mississippi. Of course, we know it is homecoming week. Alcorn coming to town. The Ghost and crew making preparations for that, but there are also preparations being made on the hardwood. We spoke with Sandy Pugh on yesterday. Today we'll hear from Coach Byron Smith, head men's basketball coach for the Panthers. We'll now switch over to that conversation. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We have on the line with us right now head basketball coach for the Prairie View A&M basketball program, Coach Byron Smith. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing well, Mike, and yourself?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great. Thank you for making yourself available. The 2018-19 preseason picks have been made, and if I'm not mistaken, you're at number 3 or number 4 slot from the men's division. Of course, it's all part of the going through the motion of getting the season started. Were you pleased with the projections of where they had you guys, and how do you respond to it?
I'm fine with it either way. It don't really matter much. You have to get out and earn it and do it on the court. And it's all about the young men and the buy-in and the grind, and they're going to determine it. I'm fine either way. Just looking forward to finishing up strong preseason practice and getting to the season and just seeing how we do. Feel really good about this group. I think we have a chance to do some positive things. So the outlook is positive for us, and we're excited.
Well, the outlook has always been positive, especially before we get any first tips, free throw attempts, anything like that. But you got a pretty good nucleus returning for your squad. Of course, Blackson, who was the leading scorer within the conference. You got to be excited about what additional growth he has added and what he's bringing to the table, along with some of the additions that you have for this season.
Absolutely, Mike. I think you hit a key point when you say the improvement did, and him coming back. He's much improved in terms of his body. So from a physical standpoint, he looks a lot better. He's added some strength, a few pounds, if you will. So he's really hit it hard in the weight room and just looks a lot better. Not that he looked bad last year, but just looks a lot more physically fit. And I think he can absorb a little bit more pounding and playing through contact. I think he'll be able to do that a lot better this year. So we're excited, and I think right now, as he goes, the Panthers will go.
Absolutely. We're speaking right now with Coach Byron Smith, head basketball coach of the Prairie View A&M University basketball program. Went 12-6 in conference play last year. A couple of games that did get away, but you'll address that as you get further along conference play. As usual, you have a very hefty non-conference schedule. How is that shaping up for you right now, and when do you actually start hitting that pavement?
Well, obviously, second question first. We'll start November 9th. We're heading out west to play WCC opponent in Santa Clara. Who's be well coach, Herb Sendek, long time coach in North Carolina State and Arizona State is their head coach, and so they'll be a tough foe. Be well prepared, well coached. I think they're kind of an up and coming program there in the West Coast Conference, and then with Gonzaga and the likes of San Diego and San Francisco and teams that BYU, I think. So they'll be tough. Like I said, November 9th, we'll get us started out there. But, Mike, overall, I think that the conference, non-conference schedule, like you said, is always tough. This year, we won't travel so far away. Last year, we were, I think, 13 days out on the West Coast, which I thought was a bit long for us and got a little bit tedious. But we'll play an equally tough schedule. But I think it'll be a little bit more centrally located. We'll be over in Atlanta and Carolina and in Texas and places like that. So Georgia, Georgia Tech. So we'll play a tough schedule, but we won't be spaced out and spread out so much. I think that'll be hopefully be to our advantage. The travel schedule will be a lot easier, but the opponents will still be tough. So we're looking forward to. We're preparing for a tough non-conference, as is every school, every program in the SWAC. But we like our chances to have a chance to be successful in some of these tough games that we're going to face in the preseason non-conference.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this question about your non-conference schedule. We know that it's a twofold mission. It is, of course, to try to generate funding for the athletic department, but it's also to prepare you guys for postseason play and to be competitive. With the rearranging of the scheduling as far as distance would go, are you starting to relook at some possible schools who may not have otherwise been on your radar that could be some good matchups that would meet that happy medium as far as the financial gain, the credibility, and the probability of winning those games in the near future?
Mike, I mean, obviously, all of those things that you touched on are what we're trying to get accomplished in our non-conference. But you know how it is, Mike. Sometimes the better you play against the big boys, the Power Five, if you will, sometimes, you can kind of do damage, to your chances of being able to get games, that geographically that makes sense when you're not traveling, 5-6 hours on a plane and, you can just an hour and a half, that can really help you in terms of respect and bring respect to your conference. That can maybe put you in line with an opportunity to get into postseason play. If you don't win the conference at the SWAC tournament, there's still the NIT, there's the CBI, there's other postseason events that you can potentially be lined up for if you do, beat some formidable Power Five schools, if you will. So, and obviously generating the funds is a big part of it. So, we're trying to we're trying to touch on all those things, and and if we can do that, I think it makes sense, and it really helps us, overall. But I think the main thing for us is to get the seasoning that we need. I think the financial end of it will take care of itself, and we'll have what we need to be competitive and to be able to travel and compete and do all the things that the big boys do. But I think the biggest thing is to get our guys, game ready to get us to conference play and hopefully make a run at the postseason.
Well, we're again talking with Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University men's basketball program. This is year number 4, correct, Coach, or is it 3?
This will be my third year.
Yeah, this will be the third year.
Yes.
Right. I get it mixed up because you kind of came in a twilight area.
Yes.
If we count that time you came in, it would be technically 3.5, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's why I
Correct.
get that 3 and that 4 mixed up. Now we talked about Blackston and what he's bringing to the table, but we also have returning Jones and brother Ellison, another couple of key opponents that could help this Panthers basketball team get over the hump.
Absolutely. Obviously Blackson, averaging 19 points a game last year as a junior. I think he's one of the better all-around combo guards in our league. But Dennis Jones, I think, has been underrated. I thought, that he had a really solid year for us last year. Really could distribute the basketball. I think he's one of the better point guards. I think he was second or third in the SWAC and assists. But we're a much better team with him at the point, moving the ball around. And we've added some scores, and for this year coming up. So Dennis is going to be play a key part for us. I don't know if the season started tomorrow. Would he be a starter or not? I really don't think that matters to him. I think he's going to have a big impact if he plays 30 minutes a night, if he plays 20, 25 minutes a night. He can really move the ball around. He's a very smart basketball player with very high IQ. Doesn't have great size, but he's got a great heart and a big heart. He makes up for what he lacks in size. So happy to have him back. Iwan Ellis, 6'7", utility guy, did a little bit of everything for us last year in terms of rebounding and hustle and guarding the other team's best inside player. Him coming back and score a lot for us, but he's much improved and had a really good off season. I think he's going to be able to put up some points for us this year. But the biggest thing will be him rebounding. He's such an athletic kid, such a great kid, very coachable young man, and he's bought in 100% with everything that we've asked him to do, and he's demonstrating some leadership abilities. So those 3 guys are our top 3 returning guys, along with a slew of newcomers that are going to have a great impact as well.
Well, we're absolutely excited. We understand that you got I'm gonna call him a post guy, even though he's 6'7", but that's post at least compared to me. That's coming
Mm-hmm.
in that you're expecting some great things out of. You want to go a little bit more about that one?
Yeah, Devontae Patterson is a young man by way of Ranger Junior College. Obviously, he played there for Billy Gillespie, who I think everyone in college basketball will remember the great run that he had at Texas A&M, and then he moved on to Kentucky, and then from there moved on to Texas Tech. So, being coached by someone like that, Devontae, I think, is prepared for the grind of the Division I level. He's a multi-dimensional guy. He can handle the basketball. He can shoot the basketball. And he's just as rugged as they come. Very physical, probably about 220 pounds, strong, athletic, just tough. He's gonna be a tough out. I think he will continue to demonstrate what he's done thus far in our preseason practices. We're expecting really, really big things and a huge impact from him. Just a great energy and just tremendous effort. Just plays every play like it's his last play. So really excited to have him and really excited to see what he's going to be doing and what he's going to do for us. When the ball goes up here on November 9th.
Of course, Coach, one of the greatest, impacts on SWAC basketball as a whole is that Coach Mike Davis went back up north to the Detroit area to take on a
Mm-hmm.
program. We knew what he brought to the table with Texas Southern. Would you still, until further notice, would say that Texas Southern is going to be one of the teams that everyone else will be chasing?
I think, Texas Southern is kind of like the Dallas Cowboys. It doesn't matter if they're having a great year if they have a bad year, they're still going to be talked about. So I think you always have to assume because of that, Tiger tradition over the last, 5 to 6 or 7 years, and then years before, back in the '90s and early 2000s. I would say that they will probably, will be thought, they're well regarded, highly regarded. That and I think they've got a really good basketball team, an excellent new basketball coach over there. So I would say that it wouldn't shock me if people didn't write them in the top 4 or 5 teams in our league with a chance to win it again. Absolutely.
I'll forgive you about your Dallas Cowboy reference, and I know you did that on purpose because you know I'm a
Yes.
Steelers fan. I still love you, sir. I still love you.
Likewise.
But in the infamous words of Bernie Mac, when I see you, it's gonna be some furniture moving. We're talking right now with Coach Byron Smith, Prairie View A&M University Panthers, getting ready for the 2018-19 season. Coach, you know it is an awesome joy and pleasure for us to get a chance to talk with you here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and we do look forward to the great opportunities to extend that relationship as you continue to move forward in your 2018-19 campaign. It all starts November 9th for the Panthers on the hardwood. Still working out the logistics of exactly where those games will be played because we know there's some major construction going on at the Billy Nix Baby Dome right now. But just for those who would like to be able to keep up with PV Nation, you can always go to the website at pvpanthers.com, or should I say pvamupanthers.com, and go to the basketball section. Coach, as custom, we're going to give you some final thoughts and comments on this segment, and the floor is now yours, sir.
Well, always appreciate you, Mike, taking the time to speak with us, and the fact that you care. You care about us as people. You care about our program means a lot, and that doesn't go unnoticed, by us. Again, to PV Nation, we're excited to be embarking upon another season. We feel like we're getting closer and closer, but no cigar, but, we're pushing. And, our goal is to make everyone in PV Nation feel good about what the men's basketball program is doing. And I think if we can hang a banner here really, really soon, which is our goal, I think mission will be accomplished. So, looking forward to seeing all the familiar faces that come out to support us. Again, we don't know where that's going to be yet, but there'll be directions to wherever we'll be playing, easy directions, clear directions for you guys to come out and support us. And we appreciate the support that you've shown us over the last 2 to 3 years, and we hope that will continue. But again, Mike, thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you.
We look forward to continue working with you moving forward.
Thank you very much, my friend. And for those of you who want to keep up, once I find out, I'll let you know. Of course, the Twitter handle is the Mike Prince Show, and we will pass that information on. Coach, I want to thank you again for making yourself available. He is Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers men's basketball program. Unfortunate Dallas Cowboy fan. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike France. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.